Hey everyone! Welcome back. I am back today with more Kamen Rider Saber, you guys. I cannot wait to see what is going to happen next on this show. If you're joining me early today, you already know what that means. It means you are one of my awesome patrons. Thank you so much, and as always, I'm sending up those big old hugs right through that screen. And if not, still thank you for joining me today. I'm glad you're here. I do hope you'll consider supporting me that way. The link to my Patreon is going to be in the description down below. So, wow guys, a lot going on the show. Most notably, I suppose, would be the huge reveal that we got in the last episode about Calibur still being around. We don't know who this Calibur is. The show is trying to tease us that it's Tassel, and I'm just going on the record saying I think it would be super weird if Tassel was Calibur. I'm not saying they couldn't make it work. I'm just saying I think they're just trying to throw us off what's probably a little bit more obvious, which is it's probably Kento. Although that could be wrong too. Who knows? I know, like, a lot of us have just been, like, dying waiting for Kento to come back. There have been so many signs pointing to the fact that the actor who plays Kento has not really left the show permanently, even though, you know, we had the death scene a while back. So, I mean, I would think that would probably be the best guess, but I kind of laugh at the show trying to make us think, like, is it Tassel? Maybe it is Tassel. I'm gonna die if it's Tassel. I don't even know what that's gonna look like. I think it'll be super weird. And I'm probably interesting to watch, but just super weird. We also had a couple other cool things of note going on last episode. We had Ogami joining up, which was great, and I think it was long overdue in a way, but I think the way in which they did it worked really well, because you wouldn't want like a carbon copy of what happened with Daishinji either. He obviously had his own reasons and everything for coming on board, but definitely, I mean, I think we've been able to see for a while that Ogami is it definitely sees there's something wrong with the organization and something right with Touma. So we kind of got the culmination of that last episode, and I'm really glad he's on board. Was kind of surprised that he was able to almost make a dent in, like, Ren's rage about it and get him, like, actually questioning, like, what would Kento really want me to do? Did not think he was going to be able to take that much of a step back from his grief to really consider that. And, not surprised at Rintaro that he would be like, nah, the organization is everything. But at the same time, between the two, I would have guessed maybe there was a better shot with Rintaro, just based on what we've seen with Ren. I really feel like Rintaro is going to be corrupted, and the stuff that's been going on with Master Logos and Reika has brought up some interesting questions. A couple people brought this up about, you know, what is really happening here with, like, Logos and Reika, because we've seen them kind of disagree recently, yet she's kind of the voice, apparently, for Master Logos. So it's been brought to my attention, somebody mentioned, like, you know, could it be that Master Logos is not really bad and it is his word being twisted by Reika, or is he really bad and maybe Reika, in a misunderstood kind of way, there's going to be a huge swerve that, like, she ends up not really being bad per se and joins up with our crew. That one I think is pretty far-fetched, like, but it's not impossible. It'll be a really fun twist. Or they're just both super shady and they just, I mean, look at our Megiddo people, like, they're fighting all the time. Just because they're disagreeing about something doesn't mean, like, maybe one of them's not so bad. So we'll see what happens there, but certainly, you know, the whole Calibur thing brings up a lot of questions. I thought it was a pretty epic way to bring in the reveal to, like, have Primitive Dragon be about to, like, do some real damage to some of the people we care about, and all of a sudden, who else gets in the way but Calibur. So I don't know if they're going to do a reveal on this right away. I would love it if, like, this episode they got into it more, but this might be something that they stretch out longer. I'm just kind of aboard for the ride now. I really don't know. It's so hard to make theories on this show because they've really shown us that, like, they don't want to be a predictable Rider series, and I think they've been acing that so far, just kind of, like, throwing us off. You know, they'll do something that's like, oh, this is like when this happened, but then they kind of put their own twist on it and don't do it in the same exact way. So, all right, guys, without further ado, I am dying to see what's going to happen next. What do you say we go ahead and jump into this next episode of Kamen Rider Saber? Let's go. Oh my god, there's so many things that, like, I want to squee about in this episode, but I'm just so, like, emotionally compromised and distracted right now that I will pick a later date to squee about the confession of love and also Kento and also the long hair. Okay, moving on. Oh my god, yes! We called it, you guys. We called it. We called it. You called it. Because you guys kind of gave me the idea. I mean, it wasn't, like, super hard to figure out that maybe Kento would be the next Calibur. But I do give you guys a lot of credit for putting that idea in my head because, oh my lord. Way to go, guys. Way to go. So Kento is Calibur. I really want to hear from him. I really want to hear what's been going on. I want to hear the details. I want to hear where he's at. You know, it sure looks like he's here to help, but we don't know that for sure. I think he is, though. I think he is. But, like, wouldn't it be awful, you know, if he wasn't? 'Cause one thing I was wondering about is, like, if he was somehow corrupted. Like, we saw that, the flash of red in his eyes in that last scene with him. If he wasn't on our side, that would really suck. That would really suck. And things already suck for our characters in a lot of ways. Alright guys, let's talk more about the bond between Touma and Rintaro, because honestly, we go back and forth so much on, like, is he gonna join him? Is he not? Where is he at? Is he starting to see things about the organization? Is he not? And I think the answer to all of that is yes. The answer to all of it is yes. He knows there's something going on, and he's trying to deny it. He's trying to stay loyal, but he loves Touma, and he's so conflicted. If anything, I would think maybe it would make him more conflicted to see Touma say to him, please cut me down if I go out of control. Because doesn't that right there just flush down the you-know-what? All of the stuff that Reika, Sabela, has been saying about, you know, he's power hungry, he's this, he's that, you gotta cut him down. But here he is telling you, I don't want to hurt anyone. I don't want this power to go out of control. You have to stop me if I do. But look, I cannot hand over this power to you. I still need to help people. And furthermore, and I know Rintaro doesn't want to hear this, but if you know there's a traitor in the organization, you're not just going to hand over power. You know, like, clearly that's not a good idea for anyone involved. It has nothing to do with him being power hungry, but it's such a lie that they've built up about, like, him being corrupt and power hungry and needing to be cut down. But I would think maybe Touma telling him, like, please cut me down if it comes to that probably makes him even more conflicted. Because now this picture that's been painted is getting fuzzier. You know what I mean? It's a real blurry picture now, isn't it? That they've been trying to paint about him. I don't know what's really going on with Master Logos or Reika. But oh my lord, what is the name? I feel like they said the name of the rider and I'm blanking on it. I'm sure you guys will clue me in. That is gorgeous. Loving the smoke. Oh, it was smoke something, wasn't it? No, the Smoke Sword. So I don't know what the actual name of the rider is. Maybe it's Smoke Sword. I don't know. Doesn't sound like a rider name, but maybe it is. Clue me in. gorgeous. I love the, like, it reminds me of, which is funny because Ren's the one who's a ninja, but it reminds me of, like, when you see a ninja do, like, the smoke bomb to, like, get away. Because it's almost like what it looked like when she did it. She did it, and then she, like, reappeared somewhere else. Just beautiful. Just beautiful. Love the henshin. Love the look. Love the, like, it's a bug form, and bug forms are something pretty common, I think, on Kamen Rider, no pun intended. But it's not like what we've seen. It's almost like a winged, like almost like a Mothra type. I loved it. It was beautiful. Love the red on her. I think the actress is really, really killing it. Speaking of acting, can we talk about Touma and Rintaro's actors? And, like, I've been saying this about Touma for a while, but it's true about Rintaro too. But I mean, Touma, the facial expressions he does, he cannot utter a word, and his face is like breaking my freaking heart. Such a good actor. And Rintaro too, I think, has really been bringing it with the trauma that he's putting. Even like May, I loved how, you know, May's the like wacky character, right? But just that subtle kind of like, she was pensive, and then all of a sudden was like, ha 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 ha, never mind, it's all good. But then we quickly returned to wacky when she was like, ooh, you guys talking about love now? This just turned into a love confession. May is everything. Can we just agree that May is everything? I love May. I don't know if everyone likes May. I'm sure there's some people that, like, it's just not their style, but oh my god, I love May. And I relate so much to May because, like, as soon as we heard the love thing, I was like, oh, this just turned into, this took a turn. It took a turn for sure. I love them though. I love them. I love their love for each other. All right, moving on. Okay, guys, Kento is Calibur. I'm so happy he's back. And his hair though. He's definitely got a new do. But beyond that, beyond just my initial, like, heart skipping a beat of all these squee-worthy moments in this episode, what does this mean? Calibur typically is not a real happy rider, kind of, from what we've seen. What does that mean for where he's at mentally? What's he been up to? What are the details on this? I'm guessing he's the little boy. If Primitive Dragon is the sad dragon that we have heard of, and Kento is the one with the sorrow, if I'm making that connection correctly, I might not be. I might be jumping the gun. Could we somehow unlock the ability to tame the abilities of Primitive Dragon? It's kind of what I'm wondering right now. So, all right, guys, I love that. Oh my god, Kento! Welcome back, Kento! It's gonna be sad, though, isn't it? This whole thing is like, they're just bringing it with, like, the pain and trauma and drama. Not to say we don't have our fun moments, but good lord. We're definitely, like, it feels like a dark series, doesn't it? It feels like it has that overtone of, but there's also, like, an overtone of kind of hope and, like, being able to write your own story and decide how things go, and, like, so I like that. But there's definitely a lot of dark in here, guys. All right, I loved it. I hope you enjoyed watching it along with me, you guys. As always, thank you so much for joining me today. Please be sure to join me next time, and we will watch it, get through it, figure it out, all of the above together. Bye for now, guys.